YouTube, what's happening? It is Monday, April 28th, and we're going to talk about baseball because we have 8 games on the slate today. It's Monday. Monday's a travel day. You know this by now, Mondays and Thursdays. So half the teams are traveling, other ones are playing. So we have our 8 teams. We're going to break these down. But first, we got to take a look at yesterday because I know you love recaps. You want to know how I did yesterday, right? Well, let me show you. I took these plays here. Scooble, green. Minnesota, green. Nerfy, green. Milwaukee, green. Cincy, green. Over, green. Over, green. Nerfy, green. Nola, green. Over didn't hit. But hey, 9-1, we will take that every single day. We were literally so close to a perfect game. We lost it in the ninth, but hey, whatever. 9-1, I will take that, no problem. So if you want the plays typed out for every sport I do, or just want access to the spreadsheet so you can do your own research for every sport, all you got to do is go check out the HQ that pops up here a bunch. So enough of that. We have 8 games on the slate. We're not going to waste any time. Let's go ahead and jump to the first game right now. All right, before we jump to the first game, let's do a quick rundown of the weather. It seems to be going nice. People seem to like it. Washington, 5 miles. Don't care about that. Cleveland, 8 blowing out. Maybe a little bit. Baltimore to left field pole, 8. 5 in Cincy, Texas, and Houston are domes. Colorado in at 12. Okay. Doyers out towards right center at 10 might be the interesting one with the weather, but no rain, but not enough rain to worry about. Nothing. A good day overall for the weather wise. So enough of that. Now we can actually jump to the first game. Let's go ahead and jump over here. This is going to be Philadelphia. Nope, this ain't going to be that game. That game was last night. Let me refresh the lines. Refresh. Freshest, crispiest lines. There we go. We have Washington and New York first. That game's at 4 o'clock Eastern. We can see New York is 158 with a 9.5 total. Let's pop on over to ye old spreadsheet and see what the numbers are looking like. Washington with that massive 7-1 comeback walk-off win like yesterday. That was wild to see, but hey, it did it. Both teams pretty close on everything. You can see all the numbers. Washington went from first to sixth in strikeouts all of a sudden in the past because they struck out a bunch here recently. That's okay. You see the numbers. Nothing's truly standing out for these two teams, though. 8-2, but a 1 loss. That's not good. Let's go look at the who is pitching today. Pitchers. This is Outlier. Link in the pin comment. Click it, sign, get you a full week, for free of every sport up here. So. And you can see pitchers are not good. Nothing good on the props. So we're not going to look at Griffin Canning or Trevor Williams props. I'm just not going to do it. But what we will look at is their history. So we want to see their matchup history versus Mets. Trevor versus the Mets. We have 750 and 8 at bats. Impressive, 1.6. Winkler's doing pretty good. Everyone else kind of garbage, though. Well, 308 for McNeil's good. 286 for Lindor's okay. It's okay. They both got 976 OPS. 2 doesn't count. Against righties, this is how the Mets have done this year. You can see the numbers. Nothing's Lindor standing out, and Polar Bear standing out, but the rest are below 300. So flop Washington versus righties. Here's your numbers: 313 for Ruiz, 300 for Call, and that's it. That's only 300s. Against Griffin Canning, historically, we got a 400. We got nothing. Lowest 2 home runs and 13 at bats, but only a 231 average. So nothing's truly standing out here. Let's look at the bats, see if anything stands out for us. Dylan Cruz to get a hit. Vientos is still doing Vientos things. Lindor's 2.5 HR. Hell no, that's too much. That's too much. It's too pricey. I can't. No. How's Vientos been doing? I actually kind of curious about that now. Okay, I'm not looking at strikeouts. Let's go back into the. There we go. Matchup. I want Mets and I want. Vientos has never faced. I'm intrigued. I might take Mr. Vientos because I don't want to touch anything else. And how are you doing? Let's take a look at you real quick. Oh, hi. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, that's the play we'll go with. We're gonna take old Mark here. Vientos over 1.5 HR. Yeah, that's the play I want. Next. Game 2 is Minnesota and Cleveland. We can see it is Cleveland's slight favor with an 8 total. We go to the sheet and we see, look at Minnesota 6-4 with a 3-game winning streak. Cleveland 6-4. You see who's doing better? Minnesota's doing better, but they just played the Angels, who aren't that good. So they started off hot, but man, they have fell off a cliff offensively recently. So let's see. So Minnesota's doing now they're at Cleveland. We'll see how that works for them today. Let's go to the pitchers. These are the bats. Let's look at the bats first. We got Arias, we got Angel Martinez, we got Trevor Larnach, and then we get Kyle Manzardo. There's your nothing's really standing out bats wise, unless one of these names look amazing historically. So Gavin Williams versus Obed. Gavin Williams over 2 walks has hit in 8 of 10 games. Okay, that's a lot. Does Minnesota walk a bunch? Let's take a look, shall we? Yes, they do. They're 6 in walks. They're averaging 4.2 walks per game in the last 10 games. That's a play right there. That's a winner already on the board for us we could potentially take. So we got Gavin Williams. Oh, the batter, 4.5 hits allowed. Okay, how is Cleveland hitting the ball? In hits, they're 17th at 8.4. So we could look at this. So we'll look at both of these dudes. Let's open them both up. We'll look at both of those plays. But first, we got to do matchups. Gavin versus Minnesota. Not much of anything here. Nothing to look at, but that's not what we care about with him. We care about his walks. Historically versus righties. How are we doing? Nothing. Minnesota's not, there's not a single 300 hitter, right? Nobody. And nobody is there. That ain't good. Let's go over to Cleveland. Cleveland definitely got a 300 hitter. Quan, where you at, buddy? There you are. Nope. There you are, 371. With 4 home runs and a 1.0 OPS is pretty good. Against Odubad, 316 and 19 at bats for Jose with a home run and a 9.6. Anything else? 0 for 12 for Quan. Quan is 0 for 12 against Obear. Hold on, I gotta type that in Discord to somebody because that is the wildest stat I've seen so far. Quan, bad. It gets so bad against somebody that is just crazy. Now, am I gonna go take Quan to go under his HRR? No. No, Quan's too good of a hitter to do that. Not a chance. For all we know, this could have been like his rookie season. We don't know. So I'm not digging that deep into it. And against Roddy, we already looked at all that. So, all right, Gavin, we want your walks, buddy. What you got? 1.5. It's at 170 head to head. You walked 2 last time. 2 walks isn't bad. You should be able to do this. And Minnesota's great. This is the play I'm leaning towards. And then we also want to look at hits allowed for Odubad. 5.3 average on a 4.5 line. Let's look at the head-to-head. You can see the numbers. He's done pretty good his last 2 games, though. Against them, 2025, he has gone 8.5538. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Gavin and give up 2 walks. Because his last 10, you can see 2, 4, 2, 3. That's a lot of walks. Yeah, we're going to go Gavin 2 walks next. All right, game 3 is going to be Yankees and Baltimore. We got basically a slight lean to New York on the road with a 9.5 total. Looking over at the spreadsheet, looking at numbers, Yankees bats still doing great. Baltimore still forgot how to play baseball. That's as simple. They don't know how to hit. Both teams strike out a ton. 9.5, 9.4 last 10. That is crazy. So let's look over at the props. We got Will Warren against Tomoyuki I forgot to say this guy's name. Sugano. That's right. Yeah, so let's look him versus Yankees history. Obviously, nothing there against righties. The Yankees have been doing pretty good. 388 for Judge. He's better against lefties. 388, but he's still better against lefties. I love that. 345, 315, 295, 291. Yeah, they're going down a little bit, but we still got still some beasts out there. Swap size Baltimore. It's not going to be pretty. They're all better against lefties. I mean, compared to season average against righties, 286, 259. They're left. I hate to see the lefty numbers if that's not the best you got. 321 for O'Hearn, and there's nobody else good. Not a single 300. Oh no, they are really bad, aren't they? Against Will Warren, no history. We want to look at strikeouts for both pitchers just to see what they're up to. And Will Warren strikeouts has hit in 7 out of 10. That might be the move. That might be the move because we got open at Will Warren. I don't like anything for you probably because Baltimore is striking out 9.4. So let's look at Will Warren strikeouts. Let's see, 6. We want 2025. 4, 5, 6, 1, 5. That 1 is Tampa. Tampa, they're iffy. They're up and down on strikeouts. 5 against Cleveland. His last game was Cleveland. And he struck out 5, which is impressive because Cleveland doesn't strike out much. San Fran, Pittsburgh, Arizona. This might be the easiest team he has to face when it comes to strikeouts. Baltimore is at 9. Remember the sheet. 9.4 recently, 9.9 at home, and 8.63 in the season. So they just strike out a ton anyways. They're going to be bottom 10 on all strikeouts categories. So that's where they are. So yeah, Will Warren might be the play here. Can he hit this? I don't know. It's 4.5. He just needs 5. He's averaging 4.2 on this season. So, but he does have probably the easiest matchup we've had all season too when it comes to strikeouts. Only concern is, what if the Yankees bats are hot and they actually just start, he gives up 6 earned runs. What's he done earned run wise? Yeah, not bad. Outside of Pittsburgh, he's been okay. You know what? I could take it. Let's rock Will Warren 5 strikeouts. Let's trust the numbers. We trusted him yesterday and we went 9-1, so let's see if we can do it again. So Warren over 4.5 Ks is going to be the play. Next. All right, St. Louis and Cincinnati is up next, and it is a lean for Cincinnati at home with a 9 total spreadsheet. Look at our numbers. Cincy's offense is still disgustingly good, like nasty on everything. RBIs. They're number one in walks, number one in steals. They're just kicking every look 4 game winning streak. Obviously, they play Colorado. I mean, they should have a 4 game winning streak. So now you're playing St. Louis, who is just kind of below average, kind of. But now they're at home too. Ooh. It's 116. They're barely favored. Who the hell's pitching today? That's a question. Palante versus Nick Martinez. First thing I see is Palante gives up a lot of walks. And what did we just see Cincinnati is number one in? That's right. Walks. If you didn't see that, they're averaging 5.3 in the last 10 per game. That's per game. That's pretty good. Season-wise, they're doing down here, but they have figured it out recently too. So they are 12.2 hits is what? I'm just baffled by the numbers sometimes. That's why I like data. It's cool. So Palante walks is absolutely a play we can look at, but we got to see it. We got to look at the history too. Some of these things. Nick Martinez versus St. Louis. Nothing here for us. You can see against righties. We'll see how St. Louis is doing. 222, 306 for Burleson, 392 for Donovan. That's pretty damn good. 392. Wow. Especially a month into the season. 288 for Scott. Okay, swap to Cincy. 362 for Trevino. 500 for Wins. But there's only 22 at bats. 375 for Lux. 375 for Marte. 306. Yeah. 357 for Hayes, who's better against lefties because it's spread. Against Palante, historically, they've all faced him a good, decent bit, and he's actually done pretty well. But his strikeout rate's probably up. Yeah, strikeout rate's low. So let's go to the bats. Since they're so hot, we got to look at the bats on this one. Hoop. And we have a lot of Cincy players. Yeah, so you can pick a Cincy player. It doesn't matter who it is. Hell, since he's stealing 2 bases a game, I should be adding stolen bases to this list probably. I probably should add to it. Bases, no. Stolen bases. Just in case somebody pops up on this list. So, you can add a whole bunch of stuff if you want. I ain't trying to do all this stuff, but yeah, you could if you want to. Outliers has a lot of options. Let's see. I got to go walks, right? Last 10 on dude at 5.5, 1.2, 0.2, 3.2, 0.3. Last 10, he's averaging 2.3. Last 5, he's averaging 2 on the dot. Head to head, he's 3, and 5 on walks against St. Louis. I mean, against Cincinnati. I mean, he is St. Louis against Cincinnati. So he's averaging 3.67 against Cincinnati in his last 3 games. So, what's the line? 194 is pricey though. You know what? Sometimes you just got to see the ball go through the hoop, and that's what we're going to go with. I know it's a little pricey, but guess what? I don't care. I'm taking it over 1.5 walks. If there was a better like bat play where I just jump on it, like, okay, one of the bats are awesome, but we saw Palante has a good history versus the bats. He's going to walk him, but his numbers were good. Like the numbers didn't look bad. You just pop back over, go Palante versus the Reds. No one is really doing good against him. Like 143 for Friedel, 286. 200, 0, 1, 2, 0, 0, 5. See, if any of these bats were good, I would took the bat prop. But since no one's good, he might shut them down, but he might still give up 2 walks. 2 walks, we win. Simple as that. Next. All right, game 5 is going to be A's and Ranges. And we can see currently is a pick'em with a 9 total. Pick'em, huh? Interesting. Why? A's are 14-14, Texas 15-13. They're about the same, 6-4 with a win. They played the White Sox. That they lost one of the games. They got their ass kicked too in that one game. But hey, they are absolutely average, and Texas is absolutely below average currently, especially when it comes to like neither team are walking much. They don't steal bases. Texas strikes out a little too much. A's are still getting hits. They're getting hits. The category is good. Their averages are mid. So I would lean the A's slightly, but I mean, not enough to me really want to care about this game. I'm not jumping on it like, ooh, I want to bet this. Let's go to props. Who is pitching today? J.P. Sears and Patrick Corbin. And Corbin over has been, let's see, his hits are kind of, his earned runs is like way down here, isn't it? Yeah, he's gone over earned runs in 3 out of 5 games. In 2025, he's gone over in 1 out of 3, his 3 starts. So that's not a good thing. So Sears outs is 7 out of 10. We could look at Sears outs. Let's take a look at that real quick. Let's peek at it. His outs, but the 2 of the 3 last 3 is not what you want to see. So if you go just 20-25 outs, he's gone all over the damn place. So we're not going to take a pitcher prop. Let's look at the pitchers anyways. Corbin versus the A's. Historically, Urias is 385 with a home run and a 1.0. 0 for 3, 1 for 7, 0 for 2. Aguilar, not bad. Butler is 500, 2.6. There's only 2 at bats. some success, but not enough data to know if that success is legit. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. Against lefties is how the A's do. 308, 429, 327, 333, all of which have normal at bats. And a 364. The A's love them some lefties. Clearly, when you have 5 of your batters having over 300 against lefties, you tend to like lefties. So I'm leaning the A's even more now. If anything, I'm leaning the A's to get hits. So I kind of want to go, it sounds crazy. Follow my thinking here. My logic is to go over to Patrick Corbin hits and see hits allowed 5.5. He's giving up hits. Head to head, though, it's the A's 7 last time he faced him. And this was literally 6 days ago. So, I mean, come on. Come on there. Where is it at? Where is it at? 2, 3. Oh, the last time he faced him was literally the last game. Okay, I was looking 6 games back like he's a normal player. I need more coffee. Leave me alone. Last time he faced him was this. Texas won 8-5, sure. In Noakland, as they call it now. I've seen people call it. Cool thing to call. But yeah, you can see he got 7 hits. How many earned runs did he give up? Only 2 earned runs. So we care about the hits more because he's going to give up hits because of all of the actual 300 hitters for the left for the A's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just everybody can hit lefties. Even you got a 250 down here. Oh man, it's crazy. That's my play probably, but let's see what else we got. Bats. Anybody else? Wrong team. Man, I didn't realize Gavin Lux was 100. I just saw that too. Man, options galore today. What else we got over here? Not much to choose from. We got Wyatt Langford, who's been crushing recently. Did we ever go to the other side? I don't know if we went to the other side and saw. I don't think we did. We didn't. JP Sears, history versus the Rangers. Langford is only 1 for 8 though. That's not good. We can't rock with that. We got a 5 for 10 for Pilar down here. 308 and 13. 400. Hell, we could take an over in this game the way these numbers are going, but the bats overall are not that great. So I'm just going to stick with Corbin getting hits. Over 5.5 hits allowed for Corbin. Next. All right, Detroit Houston's up next, and we have a pick 'em with a 7.5 total. We go to the sheet. Let's look at the numbers. Both teams are doing good Nerfy wise. If these were all red and this was a little more red, we'd take a Nerfy all day. We might still take a Nerfy if it's some beast pitching, but Scuba was yesterday, so I don't know who's pitching today. Probably Joe, I'm guessing, or somebody. Nope, Flaherty. Flaherty versus Blanco. Anything stand out? Strikeouts? No, they're both top 10. We don't want to take strikeout props. Hits? No. Batting average? Could be. 4-game winning streak? Damn. All right, I see you. Look at the props. Flaherty, Blanco. Let's look at these two real quick. All we see is Flaherty has walks, given up at least 2 walks in 4 out of 5 games. Interesting. He might have some control issues to start the season off. That's not the best. But he did, 0 against San Diego. It's San Diego. That's impressive. San Diego does not strike out, and that means they walk more. And yeah, so Blanco versus Detroit. Historically, a lot of nothing besides a 1 for 1. Literally 1 for whatever this total amount of bats are. Pretty good. Against righties, Detroit's 309 for Dingler. Other than that, we got a 280 for McKinstry and 286 for Carpenter, and that's about it. Everybody else is just not the best team when it comes to batting. Against Houston, righties. Houston versus righties, we got 296 for DeZenzo, and that's it. Everybody, this is not a good game for bats. I see why the total 7.5. Polarity history, 556 for Duan, 300, 400, and a lot of nothing else. So the bats are not impressive today. The pitching is not impressive today. Let's look at the bats over here. Length, that's wrong game with this game. Thank you. Dingler's on there, but man, I don't like this game. I'm not liking it. I've seen everything I need to see. I'm not taking Flaherty to get walks. He had 0 against San Diego, so he might have figured it out. So nope. Pass. We're passing on this one. Next. All right, next up, we got Atlanta at Colorado, and we can see it is ATL minus 170 with a 10.5 total, which is funny because you saw the wind's blowing in. Remember that. It's blowing in like 15 miles an hour. Unless the wind's going to be swirling and it changes. But let's go look at the notes. Yeah, they put notes on here too. Roto grinders are pretty cool for the weather, so let me show it. Maybe a drop of rain or 2-0. Winds are blowing in from center a bit over 10 miles an hour, but it's still course. And true, it is still course, but you never know. So let's go look at the spreadsheet numbers. Colorado forgot how to hit balls. It's good at triples. They're number 1 in triples. Weird. So nerfy galore, but then the bats are doing very well for Atlanta recently. Colorado is 29th in strikeouts, not 30th. Who is worse than Colorado with strikeouts? Atlanta pitcher, please be a strikeout, dude. Please be a strikeout, dude. Who are you? Elder. Elder strikeouts is not good. He is not a strikeout, dude. That is garbage. That's terrible. Elder is, I'm going to give up walks, and I'm going to give up runs. 2 earned runs to a team that can't hit the ball recently. 14th in runs, though. That's something else. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Let's open these up, dig a little deeper, see if we want to take anything. Kind of leaning Elder, but then I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those ones you got to think about. It's like weird. Feltner is going up there for Colorado against Atlanta. Here's Feltner's historical numbers. We got this, that, bang. Nothing's really standing out there. Not many at-bats to work with, but we do have home runs. Good stuff. Against righties is how ATL's been doing this year. 353 for Verdugo. Not many at-bats, but he's still 259. That's about a 324 for Ozuna. 308 for Baldwin. That's it. Swap sides. We got versus Elder. You can see all the numbers for Colorado. Not much stuff against Elder. Against righties, Colorado's been doing this, which is not much. Not much anything. Stallings, and that's about it. There's nothing even close. Man, Colorado's not good. They just ain't good. They're 4-23 for a reason. You saw that. They've lost 7 in a row. They're 1-9 in their last 10. And the one came on a doubleheader day, which you know weird things happen on doubleheader days. So, Atlanta's only 170, though. That is curious. Very curious about that. Almost as one like Atlanta, period. Because Elder's not good. Like, holy, like, Elder's not good at all. Look at that number. This is their earned runs. Last 10 games, earned runs. 2025 was his earned runs. 3, 5, 4, 1. Bro's giving up 3.8 earned runs against everybody. You haven't faced Colorado, but you faced a lot of good offenses on this list down here, so I don't really trust. I'm going to leave this alone. Something saying don't touch this. Colorado is only 4-23. They're going to win eventually. Atlanta should win this, but I can't trust Elder. Look how bad he is. This dude is not good. Why are we looking at Jack Flaherty? We're done with that. Felder. Is Felder decent? If Felder's decent, then you might just have to. Yeah, look at Felder's earned runs. Look at that. That dude looks good, except for when he got 5 against the. So Rockies have the better pitcher today, statistically, by far. Braves had the better bats today, by far. They cancel out. This is a pass. Next. All right, last up, we got Miami and the Doyas. What we currently see it is Dodgers 275 with an 8.5 total. Let's look over this spreadsheet. And we see the numbers and everything. A lot of mid, a lot of green and yellow. That's not good. How do we have plays in the first 5 and pass the last 2? And this already looking like a pass. This looks like a pass to me, unless the pitchers are just clearly vastly different. So pitchers, we have Cabrera versus Dustin May. We have nothing on Dustin May this year. Well, we have very little this year, actually. Very little. It looks like he has 4 starts or 4 games, and he's over on 304 when it comes to walks allowed. Miami, how are you on walks? 17th and 8.4 in the last 10. Not good enough. Cabrera outs. Could, but you're facing Dodgers, who have the most talent, I would say, in the league. But are they utilizing it? No. And remember, this is the one game where the wind is actually blowing out at 10. So concerning. The total's what? 8.5? I don't know. Let's dig a little deeper into these pitchers. Let's open them up. Matchup. May. Never faced them, of course. Against righties, 250, 240, 320 for you. Let's see what else we got. 533 for Ramirez, because Ramirez is just awesome. Clearly, with only 15 at bats, but 3. This is just righties, period. They need to play this man more. Literally, play him more, please. Yeah. And let's look at Dodgers against righties. We got 273 for Ohtani, 294. You don't play much. You were not good against righties. Wow. Some of you were not good, but the season's young. Will Smith, okay. Against Cabrera, 400, which is only 4 for 10, but a home run. 1 for 2, a lot of nothing on here. Okay, so I don't know. Let's go look at the bats real quick, see if anything stands out. Because Stowers, who is you? I'm not loving any of these numbers. I'm just not liking them at all. It's like I want to take a bat prop with somebody who's been doing good all season, but also likes to have a little bit of history, or just doesn't have a bad history. So Stowers for Miami. Stowers, however you say that. Okay, he's 300 on the season. You can't see it. Hold on. He's 300 on the season with an 803 OPS, which is pretty good. Against righties, he's only 215 with a 648. He's never faced Dustin May, so that doesn't help me out much. 215 is not good. If this was close to a season average, I'd be all over it, but no. And then who was the other one we had? It was Freeman, right? Freddie. Yeah, let's go look at Freddie Freeman real quick. Boom, Freddie Cabrera. Freeman, you ever faced him? You're 0 for 7. Well, that ended that. We're done. I can't do this. No, all the plays were early. We're gonna have a nice chill night. Put it that way. Nighttime's gonna be chill, and we ain't mad at that. That's okay. Now tomorrow is wrong sheet. This is screen. Tomorrow is Tuesday, and we have all of these teams. It's your usual 15. A lot of undecideds. They need to get their shit together. Figure it out. I appreciate you being here. Drop a like, subscribe. Go check out the HQ if you want the plays typed out in a nice list, or if you want access to the spreadsheet so you can do your own research. Other than that, I appreciate you being here. I'll see you tomorrow on Tuesday. Let me know in the comments what you're playing, and we'll see you then.